Right now, today, there are Christians using AI to generate more income in a single month than most people make in an entire year. New businesses launched in weeks, six-figure job offers appearing out of nowhere, income streams that didn't exist 90 days ago, producing real money right now, today. And I think more than anything, what makes this uncomfortable is that they have the exact same tools that you have, the same free access to AI, to free platforms like Instagram and YouTube, the same access to financial education, more so than any generation in history. So the question is, why is it working for them and not for you? Well, I'll tell you what most people think the answer is. They think that the answer is, oh, I'm in the wrong niche, or I got the wrong strategy, or maybe I just need a new business model, the right mentor, the right course, the right system. And so what happens? They keep buying and studying and consuming, and the gap between them and the Christians who are actually winning only seems to keep wider. And I know because I was there. I was making $11 an hour at 22, no degree, no connections, no rich husband, no inheritance, watching other people build the things that I could not figure out how to start. And here is what God showed me that changed everything. It's that the tools were never the variable, that there are four non-negotiable laws that determine whether every tool that you touch multiplies or whether it just gives you a more sophisticated way to stay exactly where you are. And the Christians who are winning with AI right now are not winning because of their tools. They're winning because knowingly or unknowingly, they're operating by these four laws. And most Christians are breaking at least one of them. And I broke one for years without even knowing it. And it cost me time that I can never get back. And so by the end of this video, you are going to know all four laws. You're going to know which one is your specific gap. And you're going to understand why no tool alone, no AI, no platform, no strategy will ever close the wealth gap for you until you have all four of these laws operating in your life. So stay with me because this is the video that I wish someone had shown me when I was making $11 an hour. Now, before I reveal what those four laws are, I need to address what some of you are thinking. That this is about to be another video just telling you need to work harder or think differently, another lecture on mindset or a person who got lucky telling me the tools were always there. And I'm not saying that. And I'm not here to dismiss real obstacles that are in people's real lives. But what I am saying is that there is a gap between where most Christians are and the ones who are actually succeeding in this era. And people think that it's simply the tools, and that is the exact thing that's holding people back. And so the sooner that we name what it actually is, the sooner that you will be able to close the gap. And so I want to tell you about what I saw happen to me and around me when I was making $11 an hour. The people that I grew up with who lived in the same neighborhood, the same schools, had the same starting point. Most of them are still in the same place. And for a long time, people told me the story that I was lucky and that there was just something different about my situation, some special advantage that I had that no one else did. And then I became a coach. I have worked with thousands of people who had everything that I did not have at 22. They had better education, more capital, more connections, better opportunity. And I saw so many of them still stuck, making money and spending it just as fast, knowing exactly what to do on paper, but being stuck, not being able to do it. And their life felt like a loop. And then I had a client who tripled her income in a month, not because I gave her new information, but because she shifted something that connected to one of these laws. And another who went from no customers in April to sold out in May. Another who received a $20,000 commission the day after completing the program, not because of a new strategy, but because of one of these unlocks that finally opened. The same world, the same tools, but completely different results. And once I understood why, I wasn't able to unsee it. And so the four laws is actually not a framework that I invented. It's a framework that has been around for over 2,000 years, and it explains exactly why the wealth gap is widening in the age of free information. These four laws govern whether anything gets built. Every business, every income breakthrough, every life transformation runs on these laws. And when any of them is missing, the whole thing stalls, no matter how good the tools are. Law number one is what I call the raw material law. The first law is about the raw material. It's the stuff that you have to work with. This is where most people stop. It's the capital, the tools, the information, the time, the platforms, the access. And this is the headline of the era that we are in. This law has never been easier to satisfy in human history. The AI tools available for free right now would have cost a team of professionals hundreds of thousands and a decade of information and knowledge. And the information gap between the rich and the poor at this point has in so many ways closed, which means if this is the law that you think is your problem, if you're still saying, I just need more money, I just need more tools, I just need more access before I can start, that story is no longer available, especially if you're watching this literally using internet access and in some place with air conditioning and where you're not legitimately worried about where your next meal is coming from. This is no longer something that you can use as an excuse, because if you have access to watch this video, then you also have access to everything you need to change your life starting today. Now, law number 2 is the blueprint law. And this is knowing what you're actually building, the model, the strategy, the framework for how many compounds in your specific situation. You cannot build a house with wood if you don't even know what a house looks like. And the good news is that this law is becoming easier and easier to satisfy, that there are more blueprints available than ever. But I've seen this happen as I have coached people, that I can give people the exact same blueprint, the exact same model, step by step, and some people will execute it and generate real results in less than 30 days. And some people will have the same blueprint, do the same steps, or say they are, and then get almost nothing. So if they have the same raw material and the same blueprint but get different results, that means that there must be another law that determines whether the first two actually work. Now, the third law is the agent law. This third law is the uncomfortable one because it's about you. Not your tools, not your strategy, but your character, your discipline, your consistency, your risk tolerance, your ability to delay gratification, your willingness to look stupid while learning, your capacity to stay the course when the results are invisible and when nobody is watching. And that's the problem that people are coming up to, is that no AI installs character, that no course is going to give you discipline, that no blueprint is going to give you the ability to sit with uncertainty and still choose to keep moving. These things are forged over time through practice. Proverbs 10:4 says, lazy hands make for poverty, but the diligent hand brings wealth. And this is why that matters and what it means for the AI conversation specifically. That right now, some Christians are using AI to build, to systematize, to compound their output, whereas others are using it as a glorified Google or a personal therapist. And the tool is identical, but the agent, the person using it, is not. And the outcome will be radically different, not because of the tool, but because of the law operating underneath it. And that is what brings us to the fourth law, which is the purpose law. The fourth law is the one that nobody talks about in financial education, and it's the one that determines whether the first three laws can be sustained over time or whether they collapse under pressure. It's the purpose law. This is the why. This is, what is the wealth actually for? Who does it serve? What gets built in the world because of what you build? And also, what would you build even if you had all the money in the world? And this is what I've seen over and over, is that someone will build momentum. The raw material is there. The blueprint is working. The agent is showing up. And then something gets hard and they still stop. And it's because when the purpose is just, I want more money, or vague, I want freedom, those answers will collapse the second that the cost gets high enough. But when the purpose is, I am building an inheritance for my children's children, when the purpose is, I am proving that faithfulness to God produces real fruit in the real world, when the purpose is, I am retiring my parents, that why does not collapse. And that why pulls you through every law when it's running thin. And so Proverbs 24:3-4 says, by wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it is established, and by knowledge the rooms are filled with precious and pleasant riches. And that is all four laws working together. Wisdom is the blueprint. Knowledge is the raw material. Understanding is the agent. And the house, the thing that's built with the rooms filled with riches, is the purpose that has been made visible. And so here's the honest diagnostic, is which law is your bottleneck right now? Most people default to law 1 or 2, that they need more tools and a better strategy. And those things matter. They are necessary. but they are not sufficient. And what happens is most people get so stuck thinking that it's just a strategy and just the tools that they miss out on the development that actually has to happen in law 3 and law 4. And that's why you end up in the same place year after year. It's because laws 1 and 2 are not your gap. The gap that I see most often is law 3 or 4. And it makes it hard because more information doesn't solve it. The reason that for most people law 3 is weak and the reason the discipline collapses and the consistency breaks, it's almost never what happens on the surface. It's not simple laziness, it's a deeper pattern. If you've never heard of a financial thermostat, then there's a whole layer to money that you are not even getting. And it's something that's been set since before you had any say in it. It's a ceiling on what you believe you're allowed to have and to build and to keep. And that thermostat is exactly why someone can know what to do and still not do it. It's why money comes in and leaves just as fast. It's why your life can feel like a loop that you have been able or never been able to break. Because no amount of better AI, better strategy, or better information will close the gap until the thermostat is reset first. And if you want to understand exactly what has been setting that ceiling and the specific pattern running underneath the law that holds the most people back, law number 3, that has been limiting every tool you've ever tried, is the reason why no course you've ever done, you've ever been able to stick to and make work. There's a free training in the description is where it starts. And it explains the 3 secrets to making money on autopilot and the hidden force that's controlling your financial thermostat, how to reset it. And it's free. The link's in the description. And then you want to come back for the close because what I'm about to say will tie all 4 laws together. But do not miss your opportunity to see that training that's going to expose what is holding you back. Now, the Christians winning with AI, what do they have that others don't, right? We know it's not the tools. We know it's not even the blueprint. They have all 4 laws simultaneously. And so what they're able to do, what AI is doing, what makes this moment so significant is that it is amplifying whatever is operating underneath. And so if the agent and the purpose are strong, then AI is going to compound that strength at a rate that was never possible before. And if the agent and the purpose are weak, then AI is just going to give you a faster way to spin around in the same circle. You see, if we look back to Genesis, the garden was always full of raw material, and God put it there for us to cultivate it. So the constraint has never been the raw material. It's always been the cultivator. It's always been the agent. It's always been the purpose driving cultivation. And the gift of this moment, if you can see it correctly, is that the raw material law has been satisfied so completely that we can't hide behind it any longer. The wood is everywhere. The AI is free. The information is free. The social media access, the marketing is free. The question is, which of the other 3 laws need your attention? And that is a question only you can answer honestly. So put in the comment section so we can hold each other accountable. Which law needs your attention the most? And if you're ready to take the next step and understand what's been holding you back, how to change your financial thermostat and get the 3 free secrets to making money on autopilot and removing that so you can reach as high as you can go, check out the free training in the description. Please thumbs up the video and subscribe if you want more content, and comment below which law do you need to work on implementing the most. And I'll see you in the next video or in the free training. Bye.